just broke my heart, man. Just ripped it out of my chest and just...
That's a stretch.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is. Are you mad, you lean? We're here talking to you guys about Ready to Love. Listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, share, subscribe. For those of you returnees, you ain't got the minerals, baby. Are you mad, you lean? If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, get out. Woo! Chile. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, get out. Woo! Chile, baby. Listen, we're going to be talking to you guys about Darin and Ashima and breaking it all the way down. I hope you guys are enjoying the reviews. Make sure you keep leaving your comments down below. We really appreciate your time. And yeah, I hope you guys love this as well. Make sure you share it around, man. Do you know what I mean? I can see that some of the people that are watching are actually from the show as well. So big up themselves as well. I've seen. We're going to talk to you guys about Darin and Ashima because there is something that makes me come into your presence. Alright, cool. This one made me shook. Here's why. Because I've started to notice, I think I noticed from last episode when Darin was separate from Ashima on the chair, there was a bit of a nice gap. And what I noticed was Darin starting to intentionally separate himself. Yeah? And he's pulling away. Why? Probably because maybe because he's not as invested as Ashima's invested. Maybe because he feels like there's other options that he can explore. Maybe he feels like he's too boxed in. Whatever the reason is, he feels a certain way. Yeah? And this is very, very important to where we're going to because we need to discuss about what's happening here. So first thing I noticed, obviously, with the Darin and Ashima situation is that obviously he's on a lawn, he's looking after the dogs. Courtney pulls up, okay, comes in, and she looks like she knows the house really. Now, I know they've been dating in the past, so that's understandably. She came in through the door, she knew where she was going, she went upstairs, she was even leading the charge. She knows where she's going, yeah? So there's a comfortability there, yeah? Boom.
Good.
Courtney is literally like very close to a female version of myself. But we just missed our moment, and it turned into a friendship from there.
You see, obviously, Darin mentioned the fact that, you know what, him and Courtney, they actually missed their chance. What does that work like? You know what I'm saying? Because missed your chance, what does that mean? And what does that mean for the future? Because missing your chance, there's always going to be other chances. Why is there not a chance now? Why is there not a chance now? Do you know what I mean? If you missed the chance, the person's gone and they've left completely, I get it. But they're still in your life. So what do you mean you missed your chance? Do you know what I'm saying? You may have dated in the past and it didn't work out the way it needs to work out. That doesn't, but you're still good friends. What do you mean by you've missed your chance? Do you know what I'm saying? What happened that you missed your chance? Like, you got to explain some of this stuff to us, Darin. Okay? Explain that. Then, obviously, as well, you know, he mentioned whilst I was sitting, and one thing I noticed as well, Courtney's extra comfortable on the sofa, you know. Look where her legs are tucked into the chair, you know, like black people don't like when people have feet in the chair. Listen, her feet are comfortable, cuz. It's not an insult, it's just saying that she's comfortable. And that lets you know the kind of relationship that they have. Even Darin's feet are on the ground. Her feet are in the chair like she owns the place already. And she probably does. When I say own it, I mean own him emotionally. Yeah? Because when he mentions to her, listen, he says to her, oh, you know, he jokes around saying, oh, you know, you even kind of...
just broke my heart, man. Just ripped it out of my chest and just...
That's a stretch.
Okay, goes. I get it, bro. That joke was real. Yeah, that came from a real place. Because I feel whatever happened between them two, he still got some type of feeling towards her. Like, if she said yes, I know he'd go there. Because you make that joke, that lets me know that you'd go there again. Look, a lot of jokes are often from a true place. So if he's making that joke, he's probably likely to go there again. So that was also interesting. And you know, she even backfired by saying, I don't know what she even said. She said something. She said, I think she said, oh, you lying or whatever, right? So I don't know whatever happened between them two. It seems like maybe she cut it off. But yeah, evidently, he still got some type of way to her. Doesn't mean that he really, really wants her. But the way he feels towards her, I mean, the emotions ain't died yet. And, you know, she's come up the lawn, she's come to the house, knocked on the door. Now, bro, you know she don't like dogs. This is why I feel Darin is separating. You know she don't like dogs. You said you didn't really know that her fear was really real in the last episode, yeah?
Don't like dogs.
She didn't say that. I could tell by the way. You could tell if somebody like dogs or not. You know what I'm saying?
You mean you have a dog in the house?
Yeah, I have two labs.
Have you met the dogs?
Not at all. My friends, they know how I feel about dogs.
Now she's coming to the yard. How do you not know that the dogs are got to go? How do you not know the dogs need to be separate from her? How do you not know that? Yeah? You know the person really does not like dogs. Yeah? And then you let the dogs come to the front door. Why? Why? Intentionally separating yourself. You're intentionally creating space. You know when guys do the, I'm creating an argument with my girlfriend so that she can break up? That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Do you know how we know that? Because later on, there's an argument that happens that doesn't even need to happen. When he starts accusing her of not trusting him, right? But we're going to go up to that. So now, we see that obviously, you know, she's greeted at the door by the dogs. I think he does come out and hug her eventually. But, you know, she's clearly not happy with the dogs coming to the door. Like, and then as she comes up the stairs and she's not really feeling it, she comes and sits down. Oh, so it says, hey, Courtney. Courtney shakes her hand. Comes and sits down again. Courtney does not unfurl her legs from the sofa. Her legs are still tucked into the sofa. Too comfortable. And then he gets Ashima to sit in the middle of himself and Courtney. Why? It just looked odd. And the reason why I said it looked odd is because he's not in the picture. Because he should have been in, if anything, I felt like the setup was odd. Because it's all in one line. And that's what made it odd. Like, I'm not saying that you know, Ashima being in the middle is a problem per se. But if you see everybody else's situation, like, it's normally a three-way triangle, right? But Darin has gone for a straight linear line. Problem. Here's the problem. Ashima cannot see your facial expressions. She cannot see what you're doing. She can't address things directly to you. She has to keep craning her neck between both yourself and Courtney. And what it looks like is a tennis match where you and Courtney are hitting it towards Ashima. And that's not the case. And that's how it looks like. So I was like, this setup just looks a bit mad. Like, everyone else had a triangle, but you decided to be linear. It's not a good look, right? And so when Courtney obviously starts asking questions towards Ashima, you see Darin at one point looking through his drink, like what, same thing that London did. You see him drinking a drink, but he's looking over to see what Ashima's going to do. Now, can Ashima see his facial expressions? No. So if there's questions that need to be asked from Ashima, remember, Ashima's got every right to ask questions of the ex too. It looks like Ashima's under interrogation, not her asking questions as well back to the ex. That's what it looks like. And so, you know, it would have been better off if Darin had put it in a better situation.
Okay. We can't put the dogs up.
There's really no up. I don't know where I would put them.
They don't have a room or nothing?
Nah, they ain't got their own room. The rooms are pretty much reserved for humans.
Yeah, okay. I like Darin, but I come in and expecting you to respect me, to treat me like a lady.
You're scared of dogs for real?
I am. It's actually giving me anxiety just sitting here. Is there anywhere else they can go besides right here in my face?
Yeah. They'll just be barking the whole time if I put them anywhere. I don't want to.
It was interesting as well because obviously the dogs. He said obviously she asked her, is there any way like you can put the dogs in a room to have a room or something? He said nah, all the rooms are for humans. Sorry. So you got a 5-bedroom house, but none of the rooms are for the dogs. I find that hard to believe. They just roam, right? Okay, maybe they do. Maybe I don't have dogs. Maybe I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? So they don't have a room. 5-bedroom house, which you're only living in by yourself, but you've got no room for the dogs to actually stay in. And then his excuse was, because, you know, they'll start barking mad, blah, 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 blah. Would they? Oh, okay. So another excuse as to why the dogs can't leave. So he's intentionally being stubborn. He's creating distance. He's creating distance. Trust me, he's creating distance. And so, you know, and you see Ashima as well flick her hair and it's kind of like, okay, Darin. And it's like, at that point, she's realizing, okay, do you know what? This guy's not going to budge on this issue. He's not going to compromise. He's not going to give it up. It's ride or die now. Do you know what I mean? And you can see Courtney's a dog person because the dog came over to her. She stroked the dog comfortably. She's calm with it. But Ashima's not. So if this is going to work, this dog situation needs to be sorted out. It's not going to get sorted out because of the way he feels about his dogs. It's not going to get sorted out because he's got options. It's not going to get sorted out because Courtney's there. It's not going to get sorted out. He ain't going to get rid of them. I'm not saying he's get rid of dogs. He isn't going to do what he needs to do with Ashima. You know, Courtney's looking at it and she's just like, what's going on? Like, and then her face is showing confusion and like not sure about the two of them. And then Courtney then goes on to say as well, you two are very different people. Again, and it's perpetuating that there's distance now coming in. This is increasing the distance, right? And again, like I said, Darin's not in the picture because he's behind Ashima, meaning that he can monitor the proceedings of the conversation. He's actually not involved. He's actually made sure physically he cannot be involved in the conversation because he's not in the pathway of the eye line or the eye contact. He's not in any of them. And actually, what it allows Courtney to do also is to double check with him to make sure, can I ask this question, without Ashima actually seeing what Darin is doing. So that's what I'm saying. That it wasn't a good setup. It was really not a good setup. And it feels like it's a bit of a double team, in the sense of like, a bit like how London did with his ex. It's almost as if, Darin has conspired with Courtney. Yeah, you ask her some questions. Yeah, and it's almost as if they've conspired beforehand to note down what questions they want to discuss. And that's how it felt like because of the way that it's set up. But also because of the way, like I said, Courtney was asking some of the questions. So Courtney obviously asked about the dog situation. And she was always saying, look, you know, I'm not a big fan of dogs, etc. And Courtney explains that, you know, these dogs are like his children. You know, he's got a son, but, you know, the dogs are like a very big part of his life, rah, 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 rah. And it's like, you know, she was like, I'm not really saying that, you know, the dogs have to be, you know. Obviously, she explains that, you know, in her down south, obviously the dogs were outside. And that's what I know. I know obviously that people keep dogs in their house. I'm not a big fan. I'm going to be honest, I can't date someone who's got a dog. It's just not me. I'm not here to be with your dog. It's not me, you and your dog. It's me and you, or me and you, or me and you are not there. It can't be me, you and your dog. Yeah, I'm not about that life. It's me and you. You understand? So for me, it was a thing that I was like, nah, I'm not really interested in that. It's not my kind of thing. So I can understand where Ashima's coming from. There has to be a compromise, but like I said, I think the compromise was simple enough. Put the dogs in another room. How that became an issue for Darin doesn't make sense. But then, like I said, I've been watching his behaviour over the past few weeks, and there's been little tributes of distancing himself. Even in the first episode when Chica, sorry, not first episode, early doors, when Chica actually made a comment towards Ashima and he didn't step in, that kind of showed, that was now piecing it all together, not an isolated incident, but now piecing together distances of distancing. The Nina situation, using Nina, saying obviously he kind of likes Nina, what's our conversation with her, again, using it as a distancing method, using it as a way to grow power as well. Now he's got Tondi as well. So it's like, and now the dog situation, it's again, just kind of, do you know what I mean? It's not, certain things not really adding up, but we know why, because he's not as invested into Ashima as he made out to be.
Okay.
We're in the same industry, actually. She came to my office recently. We were thinking about getting a contract together.
Okay. That just kind of just threw me off a little bit. They can't be business partners, not if he's my man.
Business partner thing is out of order. Listen, if it's your ex, it's your ex. You understand? And if you know you're going into a new relationship, that is going to be so difficult. The person needs to have complete, utter trust. And I don't know many people that would be comfortable with that. I'm just going to be honest with you. You starting a business with your ex. Do you know, like, oh, no, darling. Some of us have come from the dark ages, my friend, where we've done things. No, darling. No.
And I thought Courtney was great. Now, I was like, I know y'all was talking about going into business together.
Yeah.
And I did kind of raise my eyebrow because I was like, would I want Darin in business with his ex-girlfriend?
What would be the problem with that?
It just leaves the door open for BS. I'm out of town. Y'all go to happy hour after work. Next thing you know, you're in the bed together.
Jesus Christ, that's a hell of a jump. Do you feel like you have some kind of trust issues or something like that?
I don't want to say I have trust issues, but I'm a realist. Darin needs
to be working your ex. No, darling. Not when you're and when Darin says that, obviously, you know what he said about Courtney already. You know, and then you want to work with your ex. And the way he threw it in as well was what was even odd. He just kind of threw it in like a caveat, like, oh, and this as well, by the way. Bro, that's a big thing, you know? Man just throwing it in there like it's cash. It's not cash, you know? It's a big thing, my guy. Do you get me? And he just threw it in there. I was like, bro, Darin, hey, this is a big thing, you know? Cash. Distancing.
I don't know if you knew how traumatized I was and how strongly I feel about the no-dog zone.
Well, I didn't know this, but I know now. It is what it is, you know? If you're interested in something we can work on, but at the end of the day, we got 2 houses, you know what I mean? And I got a car. I ain't got no problem coming over here.
Just speaking,
It ain't like you trying to move in with me now.
What if we ever got to that point?
Well,
hypothetically.
Well, hypothetically, this is our third date, and I think that's some pretty strange talk for a third date.
When obviously Ashima confronts him at the very end in terms of what they're gonna do, who they should let go. It's interesting that he didn't admit to going on a date with Tondi necessarily, but neither did he mention it. Interesting also as well when it came to discussing about, he said it's strange that on the third date we're discussing about moving in. I'm like, bro, you know that it's not even the date that is an issue. You guys have spent so much time together, it looks like. And it looks like you guys have been nitpicked from the beginning. So I don't understand what you want. Like, why would I not ask this question? Remember I told you, ladies, ask the tough questions early. Third date or not, we have to ask questions. If they're not interested in conversation, bruv, then bounce. No, real talk, man. Because people like that, yeah, people like Darin are the ones that you think are calm, but do you dirty. Like, do you want it or don't you want it, Darin? Yeah? Why is it now you're flipping it going, it's a third date, that's a bit of an odd question to ask. Odd. About us moving in, potentially what would we do? When you just answered the question and said, potentially I could come round to your house, da-da-da. Like, do you know what I mean? And you're saying it's odd if I say that what would happen in the future if we have to move in. These are questions you should be asking. Why are you trying to not let me ask that question? Like, why would we not ask the questions, the difficult questions? We should do. Because that's what we've been tasked to do. Because we want to make sure we have a long, lasting relationship. So I've got to ask questions early. The foundations are important to having a great building on top. And building your empire.
That you and her text quite often.
Well,
and that you are requesting dates with her.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going out on a date with Tanya, yeah, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's information I needed to know. Here I am thinking it's me and you on this journey.
Yeah.
And you never expressed to me that you was interested in Tanya. I would like to text and a phone call to stop.
Yeah, you got some trust issues.
I do not have trust issues.
And also, he didn't really admit to going on a date with Tondi. Not only that, he then put it onto her by saying she got trust issues. This is a classical deflection technique and a classical distancing technique, where you decide to make the person, or we should call it a deflection, where you place a blame onto someone else, when really it was you. It's you. You're deflecting. It's you. And this is so dangerous because you know what you're doing. You know that's not the right thing to do, and yet you're doing it. You know what I'm saying? You know that, fam. What you're saying is incorrect. Intentionally, you're trying to make her look like a mad person, and saying, and he does it by as he does it. He doesn't even look in her eye the whole time. He tells her, and he's looking down at his food. That lets me know, bro. Like this guy, yeah, fam. He's ready to bounce, man. So yeah, that's the little rendition of Darin and Ashima. Hope you guys like our little review. Make sure you comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. What did you notice that I didn't catch? I'd love to see your thoughts and opinions. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And I appreciate you guys. Little black book, baby.